I said, shoot, I've never seen you drop one, let alone two. So you're gonna drop this next one. He catches a touchdown pass. You know, so it's just, it's one of those things. I mean, when you play with a bunch of youth, okay, out there, and so much out there. You know, last year, you know, Steve Hall and Miles, you know, and Spence and Lanka, they all played a lot of football. These guys haven't. So, but, you know, there's a lot to go on. I thought, you know, overall, you know, except for a couple of things with Wes, I mean, I thought he played pretty well.
What's that say about the team that, despite being young, they were able to kind of like do that, putting that play behind them and coming up with some pretty good
Yeah, a lot.
plays?
You know, you just, you know, it's kind of quality kids you got. You know, Malik's the same way. I mean, there was one time Malik, he's looking for the signal and the play's going on. You know, and he catches the ball. That was the crazy thing. You know, when he runs out there, I mean, they just got to react in there. You know, it's just. So I think the maturity-wise, I mean, it came out a big third down on Malik's catch. You know, where you're setting yourself up for a field goal to go ahead, but you don't want to kick field goals down there. And you know, he comes up with a big catch on on that dig route. You know, it's third and long. So you know, are you happy? You know, I'm never happy, but you know, there's a lot of positive things that happen. And you know, everybody thinks, you know, this game's so easy. You know, it was one of the. You just keep on looking up in the scoreboard and seeing all the stuff that's going around in college football. I mean, it's hard to win. And it's hard to win with a bunch of young guys out there. So fortunately, we won it. And you know, Wes. I mean, that last play. I mean, they had a full-out blitz. You know, and he saw it, and you know, he just stepped back there and threw a strike to Martez Barr for a touchdown. A lot of good things.
Overall, sorry if you addressed this, just what was his comfort level? How did that progress through the game? How much of that had to do with?
It got better all the way through the game. You know, and here's a guy who hasn't played in 2 years. You know, and you know early. You know, a little jittery, you know, because there's so much out there. And then, but you could just see, you know, the thing that I was worried about is all of a sudden, you know, where our route running wasn't as crisp. So he threw a couple balls that really the guy should have been. And we don't. So, you know, then you worry about his confidence level in those guys. But it never affected him. I mean, and then that touchdown pass to Fergie, that's all him. I mean, we kind of warned him about it. You know, hey, if this happens, you know, you get checked with this thing here. You know, and he checks it and touchdown. You know, so you know, there was a lot of good things, and you could just see him after every series. There was more emotion by him playing today than I've seen since he's been here, jumping around, running up to the receivers. I mean, you know, it was great to see him have fun out there.
Offensively, how much more can you learn from a close game like this than if you would have won by 30?
A ton. You know, I think because you know, like I told the kids, you know, when you come in there, you know, winning is hard, and you know, it's always hard, no matter what level. And they had to dig down deep. And then what happened was, I thought, you know, we went ahead, and then they went ahead. Okay, now how are you going to react? Because that's twice now you got to answer the challenge, and they did. You know, and then we got the ball back again. You know, we got the cushion in there with a big, you know, great throw by West to Martez. So, you know, I know everybody will say you're crazy, but you actually rather have this type of game than you have the other type of game, because you know the biggest increase, okay, if that's the most improvement is going to be from week 1 to week 2. Now it's our job to point it all out. It's our job to figure it all out. You know, because we got a team coming in here next week that's pretty good. We can't afford to make mistakes off around we do.
Coach, I was impressed with the play of Malik Turner as a freshman. He seemed like he was a real spark plug.
You know, he really played well, and you know, he overcame, you know, about 2 or 3 other mistakes, you know, where he, you know, he just. I mean, but the one thing you like about him is like he wasn't shy. You know, he came over the side. You know, what are you doing? I mean, Coach, I got it. You know, and he was alert. You know, he wasn't down like, oh my goodness, this is too big of an arena for him. And probably one of the key plays of the game was really that third and long where he caught the ball. You know, he gets himself open, gets the first down. So. Yeah, I mean, but we all know he's a good player. You know, sometimes, you know, everybody wants it, you know, like tomorrow. You know, it's a gratification. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time. But when he gets it, he's pretty good.
It seemed like West didn't hesitate going to him either.
No. West has got all the confidence in the world in every one of those guys. I mean, the ball was spread out. We didn't have anybody catching 9 or 10 balls. You know, the ball was moving around. I think we made some pretty good reads for the most part. And, you know, and you got John Davis. You know, he made some good catches there, key things. And, you know, Matt comes up with a real big one, you know, at a certain point. So, you know, they're going to be fine. I mean, you know, and really for me, you know, all through that stretch, it was never a sense of panic. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? It's just, we'll get it. We'll get it eventually. We did it. Kept the people in the stands. So, we got to play better. We understand that. But, I mean, when you're upset when you score 28 and you win, then I think you understand, hey, that's how far.